It is an ancient fiber, yet it clothes our modern world. Each year, the fashion industry produces over 1.2 billion garments from wool, a material whose simple appearance belies a legacy stretching back for centuries. The enduring appeal of this fiber is rooted in a process as intricate as it is precise. Behind the soft texture of every coat or sweater lies a complex chain of transformation. This journey begins with shearing, followed by a meticulous washing and the delicate alignment of fibers during carding. The raw material is then spun into yarn and ultimately woven into the finished fabric. Every step is a careful balance, blending the raw gifts of nature with the precision of human craftsmanship and industrial technology. From quiet pastures to factories humming around the clock, wool elevates the ordinary, creating a material powerful enough to sustain an entire global industry. It begins as a simple fiber, grown on windswept pastures across the world. Yet its journey from field to fabric is a story of immense global scale. Even after centuries of use, wool remains a vital pillar of the modern textile industry. Each year, the global harvest gathers more than 4.4 billion pounds of this material from the vast landscapes of Australia, China, and New Zealand. These three nations collectively supply over 60% of the world's total output. From sprawling farms that cover thousands of acres, the raw fiber embarks on its industrial journey. It flows into production lines where it is transformed into everything from cozy sweaters and scarves to durable upholstery fabrics and even high-performance insulation. The economic footprint of this industry is staggering, exceeding $80 billion each year through a combination of raw fiber exports and finished textile sales. Within this global trade, China has become the largest processor and consumer, while Australia holds its title as the premier producer of fine, high-quality grades. Beyond its commercial value, wool stands as one of the planet's most renewable natural fibers. It forms a timeless link between nature and technology and serves as a pillar of sustainable fashion, continuing a narrative thousands of years in the making. The story of this fiber is written on the land itself, in the careful rhythm of seasons and the health of the flock. Across the sprawling pastures of New Zealand and Australia, farmers cultivate their herds under exacting standards, all to yield the purest and most uniform fleece possible. The process starts with deliberate selection, as each farm chooses specific breeds to meet its unique production targets. Merino sheep are raised for their exceptionally fine fibers, while breeds like Romney or Corriedale provide longer, more robust strands ideal for weaving. To maintain this quality, every animal is individually tagged and its history meticulously recorded, tracking its age, health, and the yield of its fleece. Out in the fields, the flocks are guided through rotational grazing patterns, a practice that preserves the soil's fertility and prevents the land from being exhausted. Their natural diet is enriched with supplements of hay, grains, and essential minerals, encouraging the growth of wool that is thick, consistent, and brilliantly colored. Back in the barns, a dry and well-ventilated environment is maintained to guard against parasites and skin diseases that could compromise the fleece. With the turn of each season, farmers conduct thorough inspections, vaccinating and deworming every animal. In the weeks leading up to breeding season, the ewes undergo a process called flushing, where an enriched diet enhances fertility and helps produce stronger lambs with even finer wool. During the lambing period, mothers receive close supervision, a measure that guarantees their newborns begin nursing without delay. After just a few weeks, these young lambs are tagged, weighed, and then guided to lush pastures to begin weaning. As warmer weather arrives, the flocks are washed, treated for ticks, and allowed to dry naturally before the shearing begins. Each sheep is handled with a gentle touch to minimize stress, a technique that helps secure a single, clean, and unbroken fleece. Once shorn, the animals are inspected again, treated for any minor cuts, and given time to rest before rejoining the flock in the fields. Every step in this cycle, from nutrition to shearing, adheres to rigorous animal welfare standards, a foundational principle because only a healthy sheep can yield wool that is pure, resilient, and of the finest quality. A year's growth, harvested in a matter of moments. Once the fleece has reached its full length and the weather begins to warm, the shearing season commences. This careful timing ensures the sheep remain comfortable after losing their heavy coats and have ample time to regrow wool before winter. Before the work begins, the flock is kept in clean, dry pens and fed lightly to keep them calm during handling. Skilled professionals then take over, their hands guiding precision electric clippers in a specific sequence. They move from the belly and legs up to the sides, shoulders, and back, with the goal of removing the entire fleece in one smooth, continuous piece, keeping the fibers intact. An experienced shearer can work through 200 to 250 sheep a day, spending just 1 to 2 minutes on each animal. Even at this pace, sorting begins immediately. Short, dirty wool from the belly and legs is separated for lower-grade products, while the long, fine fleece from the back and sides is reserved for high-end textile manufacturing. After shearing, the sheep are checked for any cuts, treated with antiseptic, and moved to rest in wind-sheltered enclosures. Each large fleece, the result of a year's care, now becomes raw material. From the shearing sheds, they are sent directly to the sorting area, where human craftsmanship is still essential. Here, each fleece is laid flat and examined for color, fiber length, and fineness. Any sections tangled with grass or dirt are removed, as skilled graders separate the fleece by region. Wool from the belly and legs is reserved for industrial use, while the long, clean fibers from the back are set aside for fine textiles. This meticulous stage maximizes the value of every fleece and ensures consistency across production lots. Once sorted, the clean fleeces are moved to the baling area, where powerful hydraulic presses compress them into dense rectangular bales, weighing between 300 and 400 pounds. Tightly wrapped in burlap or heavy plastic to protect them from moisture, each bale is tagged with its farm of origin, sheep breed, and wool grade for full traceability. The massive white bales are then carefully loaded onto specialized trucks. They are transported to scouring plants where washing, degreasing, and purification will begin the wool's transformation into the foundation for fine textiles. It is here that softness is forged into strength, where delicate fibers face their most transformative trial. With the combing process finished, the long, refined slivers of wool are conveyed to the spinning section, the pivotal stage that will determine the final character of the material, defining its strength and fineness. The fibers enter a multi-roller spinning frame where each roller revolves at a slightly different velocity to apply a gradual drafting tension. While the front rollers hold the fibers in place, the rear rollers accelerate just enough to draw the sliver thinner, all while preserving its elasticity and internal cohesion. Just before the twisting begins, the surface of each strand receives an ultra-thin coating of spinning oil, a vital step that reduces friction and neutralizes static buildup from the continuous movement. As the fibers funnel through the central, twisting assembly, they are bound tightly together into a single, unified strand, creating a structure that is both strong and resilient. The degree of twist is constantly monitored by tension sensors, ensuring absolute consistency along the entire length of the yarn. From here, the finished yarns are carefully wound onto large bobbins before being rewound into smaller spools of a standardized size. During this transfer, optical scanners inspect each strand in real time, identifying any thick spots, weak points, or sections that have been over-twisted. Any detected flaw is automatically trimmed and rejoined using heat fusion, a technique that produces smooth, seamless joints nearly invisible to the naked eye. In smaller workshops, however, traditional artisans still preserve the heritage of hand spinning, relying on their tactile senses to intuitively adjust the twist. This slow, deliberate method yields yarns with a distinct organic character, typically reserved for high-end, handcrafted woolen products. The final yarn emerges with exceptional tensile strength, a smooth texture, inherent elasticity, and unwavering structural integrity, the product of precise engineering and generations of accumulated craftsmanship. The air fills with a rhythmic clatter, the sound of chaos being woven into order. Here, countless individual threads, refined to a perfect balance of fineness and strength, are about to become a single, unified textile. Before the process begins, automated sensors scan the yarns, measuring their tension, humidity, and density to ensure a stable operation. The first task is to warp the loom, threading thousands of strands through a complex array of needles and heddles. This forms the structural foundation of the fabric, a stage where absolute precision is critical, as the slightest deviation can disrupt the entire pattern. Once the warp is set, weft threads are interlaced mechanically, fired across by a shuttle or a powerful jet of air. A heavy reed then compacts each line, locking it tightly into the structure. Though the loom operates at immense speed, every movement is monitored by vigilant fault detection sensors. A broken yarn, a drop in tension, or a sequence error will halt the machine instantly, allowing operators to correct the issue. When the fabric reaches its standard length, it is wound onto a take-up beam and moved to an inspection area, where it is bathed in bright light. Any minor flaws, knots, dark specks, or uneven tension are corrected by hand, leaving a solid, uniform cloth ready for the finishing treatments ahead. It arrives coarse and unruly, a shadow of its future self. Here in the finishing department, its true character is about to be revealed. The process begins with fulling, immersing the fabric in warm water, where gentle currents encourage the wool fibers to interlock. This natural matting builds a denser, thicker textile with superior thermal insulation. The material then passes through fine carding rollers, where delicate metal pins comb the surface, smoothing its texture and removing any loose fibers. Certain batches are dyed according to exact design specifications, then steamed to lock in both the vibrant color and the fabric's final dimensions. It is finally dried at a controlled low temperature, a gentle method that preserves its softness, elasticity, and natural luster. What began as a rough textile has transformed into a smooth, resilient material, ready for everything from tailored coats to luxurious blankets. From here, the finished fabric moves to the cutting and sewing floor, where it begins to take its final shape. Inside a climate-controlled room, the material first stabilizes to a precise temperature and humidity. Automated rotary blades then follow digital templates, ensuring perfectly smooth and accurate edges for every component. Each piece is numbered and transferred to sewing stations, where double needle machines assemble collars, hems, and sleeves. All the while, steady steam presses work to preserve the garment's intended form. After a final inspection, every item is steamed, folded, sealed, and labeled for global distribution, completing wool's long journey from open fields to the modern wardrobe. From the wild expanse of open pasture to the exacting geometry of the modern loom, the story of wool unfolds. It is a journey that bridges two worlds, weaving together the raw gifts of nature with the precision of human technology. This delicate balance reveals a remarkable partnership, a testament to how industrial craftsmanship can transform a simple fiber into something extraordinary. The entire process speaks to a deep legacy of ingenuity, where ancient pastoral traditions meet the cutting edge of invention